me skirt, skirt, skirt like I stole it. I've been rolling, 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 rolling. Pack loud, got a nigga wide open.
Hey guys, it's Janai. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be a bit more transparent with you guys. I'm going to be talking about how I've dealt with my insecurities in the past and just relating to being insecure, because I feel like that's something that I'm super proud to say that I have not overcome, because I feel like you'll always have your insecurities about something, but I've overcome like the fear of just being confident within myself and everything. So I'm just like proud of my journey, my self-love journey, and you know how I've become so confident and free in myself. So I'm going to talk about that in case you guys are dealing with some of the same things. I can't just cure all your insecurities and tell you how to be confident, but I can tell you some of the things that helped me, or some of the things people told me to help me, or some of the things that I just come to realize myself. So if you're interested, just keep watching. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that right now. So I'm 20. I just felt the need to throw that in there because I just got out of my teen years, and I feel like that's when I was most vulnerable to people's opinions and just being insecure. Like I feel like I was most insecure between like middle and high school. College, I kind of started to break out of that, and then now I'm just like flourished into this, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like I can relate to anyone who feels insecure about themselves, because I really used to be really hard on myself. I really used to think like if another girl was pretty that I wasn't pretty, or like I would always try, I don't know if I would always try to keep a boyfriend because of this, but I felt like I always had a boyfriend because it made me feel like somebody liked me and somebody thought I was pretty. But at the same time, like I noticed, like after getting out of these relationships and then reflecting back, looking like being in a relationship also made me feel very insecure sometimes, because I would do so much to maintain this image or make sure that, you know, he still likes me and he still thinks I'm like the prettiest girl or whatever, and then that would make me insecure because it's like, oh, I don't want him to leave, or like, oh, I don't want him to think she's pretty or something like that. So I realized that was kind of unhealthy for me. When I was in high school, I was like super insecure. Like it was so crazy. Like I would just be so hard on myself. I would be so jealous. I would be always comparing myself to people. And it was like no matter how much people would tell me like, you're so pretty or you're so beautiful, how much my boyfriends would tell me how many guys would like me. It was just like, it's confidence and security is something that you have to find within yourself. All the people, it's like all the people, at least for me, all the people in the world could tell me you're so pretty, like you look like Beyonce, like all this stuff, and I just couldn't find it in myself. Like I was like, I want to see what y'all are seeing, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly at what point in my life I kind of just turned around and was like, you tripping, like what, Janai, get it together. I think it was more so when I noticed, because comparing myself is what made me feel the most insecure, was comparing myself to people, whether it was because of their accomplishments, whether it was because of their looks, anything. Comparing myself to people is what like triggers my insecurities. So once I realized that I am me and nobody else is me, and everything I'm doing in life is different than the next person, and nobody looks exactly like me, and nobody, like there is no comparison. Once I realized there is no comparison, I just completely stopped comparing, because it's like, if you want to compare looks, first of all, just because another girl is pretty does not take away from your prettiness. You're a different type of pretty. Somebody else is going to think you're pretty. First of all, it's not even about anybody else thinking you're pretty. You are a different type of pretty. You look a different type of pretty. You, like, she may have a feature that you want, but you may have a feature that she wants. The grass is always greener on the other side, and everything that is for you is for you for a reason. Like, don't try to be other people because of what I feel like I'm rambling, but I can't really put my words together. Like, for example, I used to have a gap. So let's say I'm looking at somebody and her teeth are like perfect, and it's like, oh my god, wow, I want perfect teeth. But just think of all the people in the world who are who they are, not because of their gap, but they're like known for their gap. Like Slick Wood, she's known for her gap. Like, who would she be if she was insecure when she was younger, looking at other girls like, oh, I want to get braces because all their teeth are straight? Like, no, everything about you makes you unique and individual. Like, I used to hate how tall I was. I used to hate like how skinny I was, like just everything about me. But later on in life, when I realized that some of the features that I used to hate about myself have come back to help me in the future, or like whether one feature about myself is what makes me stand out from the next person, or whether something about me is what provided me an opportunity in life later, that just made me never want to change anything about myself, because everything about me is like this for a reason. If you were trying so hard to be somebody else, you can never be somebody else and never get those opportunities, because it's already for them. Like, that's for them. You need to stay in your lane, and what's for you is what's for you. So once I realized everything is about me, like even insecurities with like just anything in life. Like, I remember when I first started off like blogging and I didn't have as many subscribers, or my page wasn't as popping or anything, it made me feel down. Like, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Or I'm not gonna say back then I would try to copy other people's videos, but I feel like if you look back at my channel, I was very generic. Like, I was kind of just on this natural hair journey, doing twist outs and whatever, and I feel like I didn't really stand out from the next girl who has 4C hair and is doing twist outs. I'm like, that's what made me realize like, Janai, you need to be more unique. Like, what makes you stand out from the next girl who's doing twist outs? Like, okay, we could both do twist outs, but what makes my twist out more unique? I ended up taking a different route and going down the cutting my hair and doing all these different colors route, which is my uniqueness. But you need to find what's for you, so that nobody else is doing what you're doing, and then therefore like you can't even compare yourself. Like, I wouldn't say anybody is doing what I'm doing. There may be people who are doing some of the things that I am doing, but nobody is on the same exact path in life as me, following the same goals and getting the same opportunities. Like, just nobody is doing me. Once I realized how important it is to be unique and to stand out, that's more important than anything. Also, personality. Something I used to be really insecure about, which is like really weird, is my personality, because I used to think that people would think I was like childish, especially because even to this day I'm like always the youngest person in the group of people that I'm hanging out with. So I used to like kind of contain my personality in a way that made me feel like I was acting mature, when really I just wasn't showing my personality and I was like being boring. And because I didn't want anybody to judge me. That's another thing. Like, being insecure, you have to get out of the mindset that people are always judging you, because people are always gonna judge you. Some people are gonna like stuff and some people aren't. Okay, most of the things I do, you guys tell me like, oh, I don't like that, it's ugly, it's this, that, and the third. But it's okay, because it's different and it's not something that the next person would do, which is part of the reason why I want to do it, because the next person's not going to do it and I want to stand out. I feel like not being unique is more so what's going to make you feel insecure, because like, if you're just this common, like if you're just like the same amongst all these other people who are the same as you, all you can do is compare yourself to all these other people who are the same as you, because you guys are all trying to get to the same spot. If you don't branch off and get to your own spot, there's always going to be competition. So basically what I'm trying to say is, don't try to be somebody else, don't try to follow somebody else's path, because if you do that, you will only be comparing yourself to this image that you're trying to be the whole time, when really you don't even see the other side of it. Like, the grass always looks greener on the other side, but you don't understand the struggles that they're going through, or you don't understand everything. So the only way you understand everything is if you're doing you don't understand everything that the next person is doing. That's why you need to just do you. Well, this is all stuff that I need to realize. I'm not telling you guys this is what you need to do. This is stuff that I needed to realize. Like, Janai, you can't, like, I feel like I said, that's the common denominator of all my insecurities, was comparing myself. So once I, one, stop caring about people's opinions, two, stop comparing myself to other people or anything. Once you get into the mindset that what makes you you and what makes you yourself is what makes you beautiful, you you also start to realize that nothing is really ugly. Like, ugly is just a perception, and it's just a relative thing. Like, nobody is really ugly. Like, you're just unique. Everybody looks unique, and beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. Like, I hate to sound so cliche, but that's really what it is. I feel like the more I keep talking, I'm gonna kind of keep saying what I'm already saying over and over again, so I'm gonna cut it here. I think I pretty much got my point across. I just like, once I decided to be me and step outside the box and be different than everything else that's going on around me, and like differentiate myself from anybody who's doing anything similar to what I'm doing, that's when I realized, like, this is what makes me Janai. And then I was just like a whole different, like, I have a whole different mindset now. So that's me and how I dealt with my insecurities. Obviously it wasn't just like a quick instant change of mind, but it was a process, a period of like finding myself and figuring out what I like and what's different about me and what I like to do, my talents and all of that. So it was a period of finding myself, but I would like to say that in the past year I've just grown so much and just really like discovered a lot, and I'm like super confident. And one thing I would say, oh, that's what I was saying earlier about showing my personalities. I'm done. So like I would like act in a way, and then I realized like me blocking who I really am and not showing my personality was like closing a lot of doors for me and blocking a lot of opportunities, and I really needed to stop doing that. And I was like, I need to be myself always, no matter what people think of me. And some people are gonna like me and some people are gonna not, but I'm never gonna find out if I don't do anything at all. So showing my personality definitely helped a lot with my confidence, because people will like your aura. And like when you give off like this confident like aura and positive energy, you just like attract a lot of like confident and positive energy. Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's just being you and being your, like, I don't know, just showing your personality really just really helped me a lot with my insecurities, because like it allowed me to express myself beyond my looks. So I felt more of me. Like, I felt like I give more off by doing that. So yeah, my personality and just being unique overall over time, and just like showing more of who I am, and just like allowing myself to blossom into who I really want to be, rather than just being in a cage, like in a closed box of like what I feel like society says I should be, is key. And I will end on that note. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys ever just want to talk, you guys can comment, DM me, whatever, and I will respond to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was kind of hard for me to put into words what I wanted to say, but hopefully you guys understood what I'm saying and I got my point across. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already following me on Instagram, be sure to do that right now at Janai Kirsten, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.